Hello, everyone. Thanks for being here. Today, we are going to be talking about this new video technology that is OpenAI. It's called Sora, and it's been doing text prompt videos. It's creating video through text prompts. So it's looking pretty wild. We're going to take a quick look at it today. I'm going to show you what to look out for so you can tell the difference between real footage and AI footage, because there's still a way to tell the difference between the two. So we are going to cover that. Let me get the screen share going and we will look at the website here with the examples. And yeah, maybe if we can get this going, I'll make an account and we can do a test run of this thing because I want to try it out myself. So give me a second here. Should be seeing the OpenAI website. So it says creating video from text. Sora is an AI model that can generate or create realistic and imaginative scenes from the text instructions. All right, I'm a little anxious to get through all this. So that's why I was kind of messing up reading. All right, I'll take a little slower here. We're teaching AI to understand and simulate the physical world in motion with the goal of training models that help people solve problems that require real world interaction. Introducing Sora, our text to video model. Sora can generate videos up to a minute long while maintaining visual quality and adherence to the user's prompt. So, right away, there's a 1 hour limit. Like, I would like to see this go up to an hour. Like, a 1 minute limit is very it's very limited. So this is an example of the video here. It says prompt: a stylish woman walks down a Tokyo street filled with warm glowing neon and animated city signage. She wears a black leather jacket, a long red dress, and black boots. It says there's a little more here. And carries a black purse. She wears sunglasses and red lipstick. She walks confidently and casually. The street is damp and reflective, creating a mirror effect of the colorful lights. Many pedestrians walk about. So the only thing this is not covering are all the people. There's no people on either side of her. You can't see that. Like that's what it's. There's nobody in the eyeglasses there too, the sunglasses, and the hair on the face looks a little unnatural. And I mean, I've seen sideburns like that on women, or perhaps. All right, let's move along here. So the sign's already. I mean, I can't read the language, but it's really AI has problem with English, and it looks the same here with Japanese because it doesn't look Japanese to me. Yeah, this is clip number 2 of this AI generated video. So the the leather jacket isn't matching up for me. It looks like a video game. This does as well. The hair just doesn't have depth to it. Even though you can see all the individual strands, it just has it's flat. That's something that's very noticeable. It's flat. And also the aging of the skin on her neck looks a little off. It's like they're combining multiple ages here, which is kind of weird. And I've noticed that there was another video with a chameleon that people who research chameleons said that there were two. It was a blend of two different species. So I would say AI is doing the same thing with human generation images like this. Yeah, the walk's very unnatural. the feet, you can, if you look at the feet down here, there's a pause there. So there's a lot of signs still to tell that this isn't real video shot by a live human, because that's what we're discussing here. Now, do I think this technology will take over? No, but is it going to be used as a tool? You betcha. I'll show you something here real quick. Let's see. So, not only is this OpenAI thing going on, but we also have eBay. If you watch this, let's just click this one for now. eBay also has AI that it's using, and I don't see anybody talking about this, but since I'm a seller, a top rated seller, mind you, on eBay, go search Yissilmissil, you'll find me on there. But as we get down here, there's usually a prompt right where my cursor is, and it says use AI description. And I've done this with other listings. So let's pull up a listing here. And yes, I'm aware I'm showing my my whole store here. That's fine. All right, we'll check this one. So eBay, that's not it. Doesn't have it. I don't remember which ones have it, but basically eBay gives you the option on some of these listings to have AI write the description for you, which is actually a huge time saver, but they do mess up on the English a bit. Here it is. Use AI description. So this is already written in AI. Experience the classic action and adventure of the 1968 film Bullitt starring Steve McQueen. Yada, yada, yada. This VHS tape includes the iconic car chase scene through the streets of San Francisco, directed by Peter Yates. This film is perfect for any movie lover looking for a thrilling ride. Rated PG and not a form of rental. Add Bullet to your movie collection today. Now, this AI generated description had a prompt from me, which is all of the information for the item specifics. It pulls from all of these line items, and the more you add to it, the more creative the AI gets with the description. And this has been for a little over a month that this option's been on here for eBay. It might be 2 months. I'm not quite remembering, but this is definitely um, something that's being implemented. This is something that really does save a lot of time, especially if you are a one person business running an eBay store. You're listing over 1,000 items. This is fantastic, especially if it's a common item that other people have sold. So I'm going to click this button here, and we're going to see what new description it's going to spit out for us as a little experiment. And then we'll get back to the Sora videos to look at a few more. And I actually have not checked if any of you are watching. So I'm going to check that right now just to say hi to all of you, because this is an impromptu. All right. All right, we'll get back. We'll get back to that. I can't see your guys' comments right now, but that is fine. All right. So we're going to click this button here. I want to say under 2 seconds. Experience the thrill of high-speed chases and intense action with this classic 1968 movie Bullitt. Starring Steve McQueen, Jacqueline Bisset, and Robert Vaughn. This VHS tape is perfect for fans of action and adventure. Directed by Peter Yates, the film allows Lieutenant Frank Bullitt as he investigates a high profile case involving a politician and the mob. With a rating of PG and NTSC signal standard, this Warner home video release is a must have for collectors of classic movies and TV. This VHS tape is not a former rental and has been listed or has been tested to ensure quality playback. Add this iconic film to your collection today and relive the excitement of Bullet. You know how long that took me to read that out? And then keep in mind that AI wrote that in 2 seconds. And it's actually, I don't think there's any errors in that one, but it does have errors sometimes. Oh, yeah, that's that. So let's get back to Sora here. So again, they're doing some weird things. Like the AI is not understanding that, like, if a human is laying under covers in a bed, that the body is still there. They have there's a video, we might see it on this page, but like there's a video of or actually we might find it on Twitter. A woman's laying in bed and a dog jumps onto the bed, or a cat jumps, like a pet jumps onto the bed. Okay, and yeah, I think it's a cat. It goes in to wake up its owner. The owner goes to roll over, and its hand, or her hand, I should say, it's all AI. That's why I'm saying it. But her hand of a woman that's in the generated image video kind of flops around because it's the only part of her arm exposed, which is surrounded by covers. And the AI doesn't know that she's moving her arms like this under the covers. You understand what I'm saying? And then there was also the cat that after this woman rolls over and her wrists are doing this like weird thing going on, then the cat goes to swipe at the owner a little bit to, like, I guess, to pet her. I don't know, but does it once with its arm, and then another arm comes out at the same time. So it's like three arms. They like produce the third arm to do the thing again twice. All right, I know we've been sitting on this video for a little while. Give me a second here because I want to also show you I used some text prompts and AI still doesn't know what to do with English letters. So give me a second here. Are you seeing that? So I left a comment, I think, both on YouTube and on Twitter about the fact that the AI needs a border and it can't, like, it doesn't know what to do, so it's duplicating the letters on the side. It's almost like it makes a border with the outside letters, and then it tries to duplicate the image again inside that border. So this is a huge flaw in this technology. But the fact that it produced this face of this is AI generated face. This whole logo is AI generated. You can see the website where I got it from. And I typed in the prompt and it did this. And sometimes it's better than others, but that one was kind of like, eesh. And I did it several times. So it just didn't want to not repeat it. I'll show you one more here. It says Niles twice. It wouldn't get rid of it at the top. And it wants to connect letters when I guess they think it's necessary. When the AI determines, it's like making up its own rules for how to write, but it also doesn't have a basis for borders, and that's a major issue here with this technology. All right, so now we're going to move on. Woolly mammoths. Yeah, it's still, this one doesn't look too great. It looks like Pixar to me. All right, let's go to the next one. Face looks all right. Color's way washed out. My eye is trained to see this digital, like bluish orange, and the red is just obnoxiously high contrast. So next, this one's actually really nice. It's scarily nice. You know, it's funny, like in video games, the water always seems to look better than everything else first. Now the wave, the length of that wave, I don't think that would happen like that. And it's moving continuously. So you see, the longer that you study this over and over, you start seeing the imperfections here. But it's important to point this stuff out because there's people going around on Twitter spreading fear, saying that this is the end of video, this is the end of uh, video used as evidence in court trials and all that. So yeah, even with this, it looks beautiful, but that line of the waves is way too long. It would be stopped at various points with these higher rocks here. It would vary as it goes to hit the shore. And I wasn't even looking at up here at the lighthouse. Yeah, some of this. Another thing is it is acting like a computer would. If it has, it's almost like it's creating a GTA map. It has a sandbox, but it's almost like it's inside. I don't know. You see that spinning thing that had all the slits in it, and it has the horse that's running. That's what this is kind of like for the AI. The AI paints a picture around itself, and then it's looking around at that picture. So if you look at the top left corner, you can see that everything is just kind of moving along. And I'm going to explain that even further in some of these other clips. This next one was shared on Twitter. You can see what I'm talking about with the background. The background shifting, almost like that ride at Six Flags Great America in Gurney, like 20 years ago. The floor would drop out, everyone would stand in a circle, and the thing would start spinning and spinning and spinning, and you'd be against the wall. And after you're going fast enough and everybody's just kind of moving and they can't move, the floor drops. And then you're still stuck to the wall, but your feet are like 3, 4 feet from the new floor because the floor drops out in that ride. But that's what this looks like to me. That it's just the background's constantly spinning. And maybe that's something that'll be fixed in later iterations of this because this has improved a lot over the past year. All right, yeah, this just looks silly. It looks like a Wii U game or a Switch. This one's pretty impressive. So, like the head movements and the eye is very impressive on this one, and the plumage, but the plumage just doesn't make sense. It's just kind of, it looks like AI had fun with Photoshop. And I wonder if Photoshop's being utilized in any of this technology with Sora. Let's check this next. I haven't seen this yet. Tiny boats in a little cup of root beer. That's what it looks like to me. Yo ho ho and a bottle of dad's root beer. All right, this one looks phenomenal, but the clouds are moving way too fast. You see that? The computer doesn't understand that. Very important thing to keep in mind as we move along. Today, Sora is becoming available to red teamers to assess critical areas for harms or risks. We are also granting access to a number of visual artists, designers, and filmmakers to gain feedback on how to advance the model to be most helpful for creative professionals. We're starting to research our progress early to start working and getting feedback from the people outside of OpenAI and to give the public a sense of what AI capabilities are on the horizon. All right, this one prompt historical footage of California during the gold rush. Now this right here is what gives me the heebie-jeebies. But this already looks like a film now. It moved too much. Looks like it's on a crane. And there weren't cranes back then. This looks like a drone footage. Drone followed by massive crane. So that's another blend I think that here. We're going to transition in this AI footage from a drone shot to a crane shot as it peeks around. Now this is like a crane shot. Still a crane shot, and it's done. All right. So we're going to move on. We're going to just keep on rolling through this because I want you guys to know what I'm seeing. And this stuff is kind of interesting. I've, it's going to be a tool to be used in the future. Yeah, this looks a little weird. That little figurine doesn't look real in the middle. So, like, movement of life is something they're not getting completely down yet. Again, there's no depth to the image. And I know some of you might be saying, Steve, what the heck are you talking about? Like, there's so much depth to everything's moving around like it's a fabric. I hope that makes sense to all of you. The image is being generated by the AI, and then the AI is doing this to it to try to give it movement, and it can only do so much with it. But the thing that's happening too is there's no depth. So they have all of this beautiful detail on the front and they're moving it back and forth and everything. But the intention behind, like the eyeball opening and closing, that's not present. And so you have both the top and bottom eyelids moving together almost. But as far as clarity, clarity in detail, not depth, but clarity in detail, this is phenomenal. This is what I talk about on some of my live streams I do. I say that some of this stuff doesn't have any soul. This is a prime example of it. Even the iris and the eyeball, it's all, it could be 5, 6 layers. But if you've ever used Photoshop, you can flatten the image. And that's what it seems like it's doing with the eyeball, as well as the rest of the skin. Everything just kind of moves together, if that makes sense. I hope it does. All right, that's more Pixar stuff. So I guess I'll say this much: AI is going to just kill film animation. So bye bye Disney. That's, I mean, unless Disney utilizes it, but what are they? I don't even want to give them ideas, so I'm not going to speak about that. Prompt: a beautiful homemade video showing the people of Lagos, Nigeria in the year 2056, shot with a mobile phone camera. So again, depth perception is very difficult for this program. When people move their arms, the I guess it's having a hard time with perspective. You see that kid there? His arms just got really tiny as the camera panned. So, all right, we'll move on. Oh, that's cute. But that looks like something that you'd see in a commercial. This one looks very normal, but probably something that a company would pay upwards of 50 grand for a visual effects artist to render and compile this stuff. And how long does this take for Sora to spit this out after a prompt? We're going to try to figure this out. I'm going to, the goal at the end of this stream, when we get to the bottom of this OpenAI landing page, we're going to make an account here. We're going to do a few prompts. This thing's awesome. So I know Def Leppard, the band, does this for their sets on the backgrounds of the stage. They use the TVs stacked like this. And it's like, I guess that's the definition of cyberpunk, right? Because that's a lot of money there. When you bought these TVs brand new, these things are like 2 to 5 grand a pop. And then it's used as like an art installation. But that's, again, that's AI. That's not real. None of this is real. Again, rest in peace, Pixar. Pixar's done. Look at that. You could have a preschooler say, I want to see a TV show about a talking cookie with friends from the kitchen. And this program might even generate that. Maybe we'll try that. Maybe we'll do the cookie prompt. All right, Sora is able to generate complex scenes with multiple characters, specific types of motion, and accurate details of the subject and background. The model understands not only what the user has asked for in the prompt, but also asks those things, but also how those things exist in the physical world. Well, this just looks like Need for Speed to me. Give me that video game. That looks sick. It looks like it's in Hawaii, but let's see what the prompt is. Again, this is AI generated video. The camera follows behind a white vintage SUV with a black roof rack as it speeds up a steep dirt road surrounded by pine trees on a steep mountain slope. Dust picks up from its tires. The sunlight shines on the SUV as it speeds along the dirt road, casting a warm glow over the scene. The dirt road curves gently into the distance with no other cars or vehicles in sight. Really, I don't think you have to add that because the program can't define that. The trees on the other side of the road are redwoods with patches of greenery scattered throughout. The car is seen from the rear following the curve with ease, making it seem as if it is on a rugged drive through the rugged terrain. The dirt road itself is surrounded by steep hills and mountains with a clear blue sky above with wispy clouds. So did they put the clouds in? Not really wispy. Those pines look incredible. But again, this doesn't look like real life footage. This looks like a video game. But like a video game on the Wii U. I mean, for real. Give me this Need for Speed game. Like, I'd play this. Okay, this one was interesting. Now, from what I understand, this is like a composite of three images that the AI is working with. You have what's passing by outside of the window. You have the viewpoint of the camera, which is, I mean, it's supposed to be this girl that's standing in front of the window. And I guess it's supposed to be, well, cameras and contacts, but that's not realistic. It's not realistic. Come on. She's not even looking directly at the window, which would um justify me even saying that she's wearing video contacts. So, again, another flaw here is that we don't see the source of what's apparently filming in a reflection of itself. But I said there's three layers here. So there's the background outside of the train, there's the midground of the window of the train and inside the train. And then you have the third layer, which are the people and the other side of the train being reflected in the window. And the reflection, I mean, I know it's playing with opacity and everything, but this is also very impressive. Mind you, I always look for that camera. You look for the lens if you're seeing something with a reflection shot. And I know it's easy to like edit out now, but I mean, most of the time when you point a camera, it's at a reflection. You see the camera. All right, anyways, I'm done with that one. Let's move on to the next. This prompt is a drone camera circles around a beautiful historic church built on a rocky outcropping along the Amalfi Coast. All right. So I'm going to stop the screen share real quick because I want to see all of your lovely comments here, if you've made any. No, nothing yet. All righty. We got a few of you watching. Okay. So we're going to go back to the screen share and we're going to get to the bottom of this web page, and then we are going to make an account to do a few prompts because I kind of want to see what this will do with what I tell it. Yeah, this is really oof. Not looking again, not looking at the background. Looks okay until you start looking up in the corner and you start trying to be like, where's the depth? Where's the depth? It's gone, all gone, all gone. This looks skewed, skewed. But if you're looking at what's in the center, in the front, the bright part of the image, you're not paying attention up in the corner here. Anyone want some upvotes? A flock of paper airplanes flutters through a dense jungle, weaving around trees as if they were migrating birds. That's kind of cool because to make this in real life would be extremely difficult to do. So it's actually kind of cool to see this. And it saves a lot of time. Nobody has to sit and make all these paper airplanes and make them all fly over these treetops like this. And then no cleanup either. You don't have to pick up all the paper airplanes afterward. Okay, this is the one that's really creepy with the hand. See how it just fell off? It fell off her arm. And then she loses her forearm too. Look at that. Her arm just turns into the blanket. And then it's like she has a nub left. And her face doesn't look right. And then you have the cat that has the third hand that goes up. So watch the cat's hand. One, two. Now watch again, but keep watching here. Keep watching the cat's right paw. It turns into the left paw. So the cat ends up with two left paws and one right paw. And I'm sure there's other things going on here too, but this was the main thing was this hand. And the eyes are lifeless. Like this again, this is not a person. Just like computer programs, just like NPCs in video games. This is not a person, but it is a program pretending to draw a person, I guess, if you want to say that. Borneo wildlife in the river. I'm not going to try pronouncing that one. Again, that looks a little unnatural. The heads are a little too big. It looks like they tried to combine a toucan with a. And is that what kind of color is that on its neck? I don't even know. All right, this will be the last prompt before we go to sign up for an account to try this. All right, a Chinese Lunar New Year celebration video with Chinese dragon. All right, we're doing this. So I'm going to stop the screen share as I set this count up, but I will also come back here and check the stream just to see how we're all doing. Hey, Connie, good to see you. Yeah, we're gonna. All right. Yes, yes, I do have an email. Steve Yissil@gmail.com. I will send it in the chat here. Just give me a second. Okay. Or you know what? I'm just gonna give you my Yissilmissil one. I have multiple accounts. That email should work. Oh, where's my OpenAI? All right, here we go. I guess I'm making an OpenAI account right now. Okay, now I just need to verify my Gmail. We're gonna do a few prompts with Sora because this is a very new technology. I think it dropped yesterday. So we're right on the ball with this. So, do you have any requests for what prompts we should try? I have a few ideas. I think we'll try three just for a nice round number. Yeah, no problem, Connie. See, I'm here. I'm live. Okay. So I should be able to. How can we help? Well, give me. All right, here. I got to get out of this single window and do the screen share for you. We all ready? New chat. So this is my first time using this. Okay. So we are going to go to the main page of OpenAI and we're going to learn more about Sora. Oh, you know what? I think it launches next month. So this was published 3 days ago. Man, why do I think it was yesterday? Time's just going so fast. All right, we're still going to play around with Chat GPT. So let me 10-second GIF of the film The Immortals. House. Says it can't do it because it's copyrighted. Oh, you hear that, Warner Brothers? All right. Chat GPT, make me a GIF of Tom Althouse winning his court case against Warner. No, against Hollywood. Wachowskis can be seen crying with their finger. It might generate both of them with pink hair, but we'll see what this does. I'm sorry, I can't create involving individuals without their consent. You see the limits? Okay. All right, let's do something a little more reasonable for this limited tool. All right, we had fun with that. What else? What else can we do? ChatGPT, make me a photo of what I'm doing next month. I don't have access to your personal schedule. Make me a photo of cookie. A cartoon is a cookie. That dodges chips. Okay, so ChatGPT is weird. What should I do? Okay, I don't really know what to ask this thing. I wanted it to spit out some images for me, but I guess we have to wait for that another month or two. I guess we can ask it something, right? Where can I find 1993 TV series? Carrie and Moss. You have an E. I don't even remember. Because I don't care anymore. That part of my brain where I had all that knowledge of the Matrix, I'm slowly auditing all of that. Okay, ChatGPT gave us an answer. As my last update in January 2022, there's no TV series titled Matrix starring Carrie Ann Moss. You gotta be shitting me, ChatGPT. IMDb has it, and it's listed. There's a poster and everything. We went over it on my live stream. You are wrong. Is the TV show. not better than us. But there it is, right on the bottom. Copy this link. You are wrong. Here's a TV show. Lead me to where I can view this fine series. I stand corrected. And thank you for providing more. Hey, did I just educate this AI that there's a 1993 Matrix and it didn't know? Did Elon program it to think that there's no 93 Matrix? You never know about this stuff. Okay. However, I must clarify that the TV series you mentioned, Matrix from 1993, is not related to the Matrix film trilogy starring Carrie Ann Moss. It seems to be a separate production. Yeah, no shit. That's why I'm saying that Carrie Ann is probably a bigger player in all of this ripoff than we were led to believe originally. Regarding where you can view the Matrix TV series from 1993, unfortunately, it might be challenging to find it available for streaming or purchase. No joke. This series is quite old and may not have been widely distributed or made available on modern platforms. This thing's almost 31 years old. If anybody out there has copies of this thing, it aired in 93, I think alongside Star Trek Next Generation. I really think that's when it aired. And I'm just taking that guess based off of my research on the thing because I was not watching TV like that back then. Okay. Here are some steps you can do to potentially find and view the series. Yeah, check streaming services, online market. Though, as far as I know, there were no physical copies made of this TV series. It was just broadcast and never made it to physical copies. It sat around, and then I believe Carrie Ann suggested this title for what the Wachowskis were going to spit out from Warner Brothers. Ta-da! All right. I don't know what else. Email's not working. All right, hold on a second, Connie. I will check that real quick. Yeah, make sure you're spelling it correctly. Oh, I got it. No, I just got it now. Jellyfish and lobster. Yeah, I'll give that a check. I'll watch that and I'll email you back on that one. Thank you. Is it just for me to enjoy, or do you want me to critique it, give you a short review of it? Were you involved in the production? Thank you, by the way. Again. All right. So back to Chat GPT. I don't really like using this to type stuff. Like, what am I going to ask this thing? Can I get a FOIA request out of them? How many business vacancies in 2023 for Niles, Illinois? I don't have access to that data. Oh, there's a band playing in the short film that's called The Immortals. All right, check that out. I'm not sure what else to ask this thing. This is seeming kind of silly. I wanted to make this thing spit out a bunch of little images and video clips, but gotta wait. It's difficult. It's difficult thinking of stuff. All right, I think I'm gonna bring this to an end for today. This stream. How long we've been going? Well, we'll end it in about 10 minutes. How about that? We'll keep it at an hour since we're already on here for 50 minutes. All right, what else should we say? Where is Joel? Where's Tom next? This shit's lame. Where are you, lame? How much of IMDb to store in your system? That's a little concerning. ChatGPT just replied back to me saying that it doesn't know its sources of information. Are you seeing that? It doesn't know its sources. This is nothing more than a Wikipedia bot. Sorry to say. I'm actually really put off by that. So you don't know your sources. Why should I even trust or rely on any info you present? I made it choke. I made it choke. That's how we do it here on Yissilmissil Productions. As an AI model, give me a break. I really don't know what else to ask this thing. Useless. Provide sources. This is the last thing I'm going to. Yeah, see, dead end. Dead end. I didn't even use this thing for like 10 minutes and it's already crap. I'm walking out. Stopping the screen share. Yeah, I actually, that's why I'm doing this stream. I'm a filmmaker, and this stuff doesn't scare me. It's kind of fascinating to watch because it's not going to do what I can do. And that may sound a little egotistical, but there's entire life experience behind my actions. This thing has about 2 seconds of unknown sources used for generating text and images. Not a concern yet. I'll say that. Not a concern yet. But if you see that there is a comparison of what it looked like last year, it had Will Smith eating a bunch of spaghetti and it was like flopping all over the place. So this is another prompt by Sora. Same prompt ran through stable video. If we're back to worshiping cats in like 50 years, oh man, what are you doing? Like it's not necessary. Now this actually looks okay, but there's like a cat person here. They're all cat people, it looks like. A bunch of people are asking to see what's up with it. All right. Sora. Yeah, I don't know. It's out there somewhere. Probably on the front of that web page. So all these Twitter posters are doing, they're going, they're basically going on this website and look right here. It says download video. Still need it. Boom. Put it right in there. Now you can upload it to your Twitter account and it looks like you made it yourself. That's what these people are doing. But these are all pre-made by the Chat GPT thing. As you can see, it's this is just like their preview of it. So this one, oh, come on, how much? It's gonna make me go through it again. I guess Dolly 3 is the other one. Oh man, this looks so weird. Like the legs aren't long enough, and the knees are kind of bouncing all over the place. And again, it's flat, so the AI program does not know that the left leg is further away from the right leg from this perspective. This is impressive, but still looks like something Valve could put out. So, yeah, look at that wonky person. Look at its feet. I say it's because these are all AI. Foliage looks pretty good, but again, like it's photoshopped in a way. Yeah, there was one of the animals I saw with like the puppies. It's a bunch of puppies. Wow. But see, this still looks like it's Unreal Engine. It still looks like a video game. So like I said, I'm not sweating this. That looks like the opening of some like production company logo. Amblin. Where's the bike with the alien? All right, this looks kind of cool. See, I think this this right here is what it'll be most beneficial for. The fantastical stuff that really can't be made in reality. This is that puppy's video AI clip that I was just saying. Now the snow is moving around again like a mesh. So there's a bunch of snow sitting on the top of the puppy's forehead, and it's moving around like this. Like snow that should be dripping off down here is not dripping off. It's more like moving around like a piece of fabric or water. And you could say the same thing with the hair on these puppies too, like the fur. It's just one general mat. So while there is a lot of detail, it's kind of not. Like I see a layer of fur with a layer of snow on top of it, and it's as simple as that. The snow still doesn't behave like snow, so I'm not worried. Okay, this is the one that made me want to do the live stream today because I want to point out that you could still see it's not quite right. So they got the face of this dog down good, but if you watch his legs, the legs just aren't just it's not there. And the judging for balance, while it did a good job imitating the dog doing that, it's not 100%. And I think it's a good thing that our eyes are that judgmental to differentiate between what's real and what's not, because I think it's very important for our survival too. If they do this Project Blue Beam shit, that's to say that they're not doing it already. But we need to be able to tell the difference between technology and real living things. Again, fantasy, very good use of this technology, and uh, by Pixar, they're done with this. Like that, it's no coming back from animation. Now, again, real quick, one more thing. Again, yes, it could be a threat to animators, but this is only pumping out. This almost looks like it was designed to tank Disney. I would be surprised if that's a goal of them putting this out. Planned destruction. Cats? Do they have the cats dancing? See, those are the types of things that they need to do. More fantastical stuff. This little guy on the surfboard, and then we have this. This is that chameleon I was talking about earlier. This looks really good for. So it's imitating fisheye. Killed it with the bird. There's many giveaways to this footage. So this is another one that this. I think this was actually the first clip that I saw on Twitter, and it's again, it's like it's following a track. I don't know if that makes sense. It makes sense to me. So you have when you let's say this that we have a real cat walking in a forest. We're not talking about this video here right now. Let's just say we have a real cat that we're filming and we're having it walk in the forest towards us like this fake video in front of us. The cat has intention behind its movement. And I think that's an indisputable fact. I think that element is something that the AI just cannot replicate. And it's not a bad thing. And I know some of you are going to say, yeah, can't do it yet. We're talking about right now, February 2024. It's good to see that this is where we're at in this period of time. Oh, wow. So, you know, the real location of this, I want to say this is Greece. I was going to give away my lack of knowledge here. Southeast from the Greek mainland. I was right. I know my architecture, people. Beautiful. But it is AI generated. This reminds me of Roller Coaster Tycoon or The Sims. Really fascinating stuff though, if you think about. So something that the Sora would be fantastic to be used with is concepts for scripts. So you have an entire script written, and then you want to visualize the storyboard, and you use this tool to do it. Oh man. And you have like 20 people in a scene or something, and you have them all in certain spots. That's when you start having if the AI can map staging of characters, ooh, this is gonna be great. This is like 3D rendering for they already have that technology available, but for it to be this easy to just type a prompt in on a website and it spits this stuff out in like 10 minutes, because I think that's how long it's gonna take. Uh I'm a so like on the images I've asked to make like logos for with text and everything, it ends up doing the double lettering because it doesn't know what a border is. And I think the same thing is going on here. It still doesn't know what a border is. Again, this is great animation, and it can be used as like templates or rough drafts, or like I said, for the scripts, just concepts. Like build off of this. Make this 10-second clip into a feature length film or something. Like it looks great. So does this one, but the movement breaks down on the legs. And if you just watch the head of this white dog, you see that it looks like it's on a track. The legs are just kind of going like this, and the body's kind of, it's almost like it's it's swimming or it's on a treadmill or something. Okay, I'm gonna be wrapping this up. 2 minutes, we're gonna wrap this up. This is phenomenal. I'm gonna download this one. The Glenfinnian Viaduct is a historic railway bridge. So again, I wonder. It seems like you need to feed this program information, but like, what if you give it access to museum archives of photos and videos of locations like this to have it recreate in a 3D render of what these places used to actually look like to scale? That would be some amazing use of this technology. But again, it's gonna be corrupted and turned into some weird stuff. People are gonna be using this to make incriminating videos against other people. And I mean, I know it's been talked to death about. But if you're just able to clean up the front here, like the lighting is still just not quite right. But like if this was on a video game, ooh, man, I'd play this thing for hours. Freight Train Tycoon. probably out there. I don't want to waste my time on that. All right, so that's about it. I wanted to get that off my chest. We got AI making video clips now, up to 10 seconds. I think they want to go up to a minute, and my challenge for them is to do an hour. Just do an entire hour of what they think is a human being staring into a camera, and maybe have the AI do a podcast for an hour, just talking to the camera and having issues with their digestion. This is a lot of things. Like these are things that the technology is going to have to somehow overcome, and I think it's going to be real tough for them to do so. So we'll see. We'll see if I'm right, and if I'm wrong, oops. Oh well, world's going to move on. But I figured you'd all should know my thoughts on this stuff. I'm not worried. I think it's kind of cool. We'll see what it's going to look like in a month when people start inputting their own stuff. And I now have an account on Chat or OpenAI, so uh, guess that's it. Now they have my Google account and everything. Like I care. All right, everybody. You have a good day. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Hopefully it'll be